Where we last left off, what all happened last time? There was a lot of things that happened beforehand. I think primarily what happened was you all decided to do your investigations into one Elias Bishop, opting to take a trip to the church for a special service they were having outdoors due to an event happening with Hans Kerben, who was planning on holding an event inside the church. After the service, you all attempted to converse in a peaceful manner to Elias, which resulted in Elijah being sort of temporarily turned to Elias's beliefs as a fight broke out, with Elijah offering Elias assistance throughout most of the combat up until several IKR members were sent at the request of Rena Ryder before Elias was brought down and inevitably dispatched. After a sort of somber moment with Elijah, you all returned back to school and were promptly chewed out by Blackwell for your actions, and then were given an option to stay and help or run, living the rest of your lives looking over your shoulders. And naturally, each of you, one by one, chose to stay. Blackwell has given each of you a certain small set of instructions, primarily to contact your families and let them know that you are okay and that things are going to be happening soon, and for Elijah to speak with Garrett Davies and to turn in his firearm. And you are all standing outside Blackwell's office, waiting quietly.
I love being a witness protection program.
Witness protection program.
We all got handed the IKR badge, and we are officially
IKR members, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
We are
IKR.
Let's go.
Rena is definitely going to be losing sleep over this. Even more so. I think she's gonna just kind of like nod to Chris and just silently walk back to her dorm room.
I'm walking outside, not acknowledging anybody. I'm gonna go have a freaking smoke!
Yeah, I'm gonna need a cigarette or two after this.
Start smoking.
Where is Elijah going?
I think Elijah is just going to be in his room for a while.
You all kind of make your way down to the dorms. Not together, kind of separately, one by one. And each of you all see basically the same thing. The people that you had... Several of the people that you had seen come to your aid, Garrett being one of them, are here at the dorms. You see that, interestingly, Dante's door is open and he is here, but Rosa's is closed, and she does not seem to be here. Several of the other students' doors are open. Sebastian's door, as always, is closed. Imani's door is closed. Nothing new there. Adia is here, as well as Celeste, Yin, Malcolm, and Yolanda are all here.
Here, like in the dorms?
Yeah, they're all here in the dorms.
With their doors open?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Varying degrees of openness. Where exactly are you intending to go, Chris?
Just like it's the back of the building outside. Out of sight.
I would say it's sort of like the back of the building, so there is this sort of long section of space where there is kind of no one to see, and I would say that you do see on one end Jeremiah, who is also out here smoking.
Fuck.
Alright, I'm just gonna smoke by myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to talk to Jeremiah.
He's gonna talk to you!
No!
Yeah, I would say you guys are both at kind of opposite ends of the building, and he just kind of glances at you and doesn't say anything. He just kind of nods at you and minds his own business. Yeah, what are you guys intending to do in your rooms?
Cry.
What time is it right now? Yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4. Right?
Yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4. We'll say 4. We'll say, you know what, 3:30.
I'm gonna whip out my phone and I will get it over with and call my parents.
Yeah, who are you intending to call first?
I will call Dad last. So, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I would say high school.
Okay. Your phone rings for a little while. Before it... I think there's like... It's a solid like 10 to 15 seconds when it rings. Before it picks up and you hear some kind of rustling on the end of the phone. And you finally hear your mom, who sounds a little far away, kind of speaks up and just says, Rena, hey, what's up?
Hey!
Sorry it took so long for me to pick up. I'm grading some stuff. There was a big assignment that I had to end up grading over the weekend, so I've been busy all morning.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to call in, check in on you.
I'm good, yeah. First time I've ever really heard you call to check in on me. But yeah, I'm good.
Were you given any news?
Nothing yet.
Recent life-altering news?
Not yet, no. I received an email from Blackwell just saying that, he just said that, he would like for me to come visit at the school. But aside from that, there wasn't really any other information given to me.
Yeah, I think it's best. Well, a lot has happened, Mom. And I'm not...
You didn't get in trouble, did you? It's been 2 weeks. There's no way you got yourself into trouble.
I'm not okay, Mom.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What's wrong?
I mean, I can call back later. I mean, I know you have a lot to grade right now.
No. Fuck the grading. What's wrong?
I've been keeping up with Miss Gloria at the Redwater Homeless Shelter, and I'd been talking to Father Elias a lot more, and I thought we made a good connection, and I confided in him that I wanted to do more with my faith, and he was my hero. Now, he's dead, Mom.
You don't hear anything on the end of the line for a moment before you hear kind of shuffling as you hear her picking up her phone. What do you mean he's dead?
I mean, it's probably on the local news, but he's gone. And I never really interacted with him much, but I'm lost. A lot has happened. I'm lost. I don't really know what to do next.
How did you find out? I mean, that's terrible. I really liked Father Elias. He was a really nice guy. What's going on?
I think there's not much I know, but I think it has to do something with, I think it's just an increase in gang violence or something, Mom. I'm not really sure. I can't say for sure, but he might have got caught in a crossfire or something. I don't know, Mom.
Okay, is this what the email was about?
Yeah.
I will say I'm used to professional emails, and needless to say, there was very little in that email other than just inviting me to come by the school today.
I think you just need to be open-minded, Mom. That's all I can say. There's going to be a few changes. And I can't speak more on that, Mom. This is a lot deeper than I ever imagined it could have been, and I thought I knew where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do, and it feels like it's all folding apart or coming apart in front of me, and I have no control.
Make a persuasion check for me.
I got a 8.
You hear a sort of pause on the phone. After I got that email, I, got up, got dressed and everything. And so I'll be coming by the school later today. And we can try and talk more.
Yeah. I don't know if this can be an over the phone conversation.
Okay. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Okay. I'll be calling Dad too.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Is there anything else you need from me, sweetheart?
I hadn't spoken to you in a while. It's nice to hear your voice.
You can call me whenever. You can call me at any point. And so long as I'm awake, and even when I'm probably half asleep, I will probably still pick up the phone.
Thanks.
Of course.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too. And I would say that as you pull the phone away to hang up, you hear her standing up to answer the door. As she hangs up.
Answer the door.
We'll move from there for now. Chris, I would say it's been a little while. Are you, just to kind of get through all these phone calls.
Yeah, I'm gonna call my mom, Beth, the one that's morally back and probably, is not at work right now.
Okay. We'll make a quick luck check. It is middle of the day Sunday. We'll see if both of your moms are here.
Luck check. I'm gonna do the roll up.
Yeah. Yeah. You call and it rings for maybe 3 seconds before it is instantly picked up. As you just hear, you said you were calling Beth?
Yeah.
You hear her answer the phone and you hear that she is like eating something. And you can hear it kind of rustling as she's like adjusting it to be in like the side of her neck.
Hello.
Chris, what's up? Hi. How are you? How's school? Have you gotten in trouble yet?
Oh man.
That's not what I wanted to hear after I asked that question. What did you do?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Is this a one mom conversation or two?
Probably 2.
Okay. Give me just a second. And you see you hear her kind of like set the phone down and kind of walk, and you hear just lots of like loud banging and crashing, as you just hear the sort of shouting of your brother running around the house as you hear a faint conversation.
Where's he at?
A knife! No!
As you hear a sort of sliding door open and shut, and you hear your other mom also on the phone. What's going on? This is a two-mom conversation, so that's concerning.
Both, Mom. Quick question. Did you hear anything from Mr. Blackwell?
We got an email asking us to come by the school,
Okay.
so we're eventually going to start rounding your brother up to try and hop over there.
I can't... It's gonna sound bad. I can't say much. Okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
But it's been a rough day. Feels like
getting shot, you know.
feels like school is just the same as it's always been. Someone that you thought maybe that you could be friendly with is kind of betrayed you, I guess, is the word. But that's kind of all I can say.
Make a persuasion check.
Here we go, persuasion check. Ooh, man. Woo! 17.
Roll again.
For both moms.
Oh shit, both moms. 8.
Roll again.
Your brother now.
Oh god, my brother's on the phone.
No, we've tied twice now.
Oh.
18.
Okay. Neither one of them seems particularly perturbed by this. Alright, well, whatever trouble you got yourself into, we'll come by, and see if we can get some stuff figured out. Worst case, we've still got your room set up. You're more than welcome to come back home.
Yeah, about that.
Do you want us to start getting ready to head over there right now?
Do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter to me. Just as long as you stay safe. Stay safe. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. I guess the easiest way I can ask this is what kind of stage of safe do we need to be at? We thinking like stage 1 safe, stage 2 safe, like stage 5 safe, which is like on a scale of 1 to 5, how safe do we need to be? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, probably a 4.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. We'll probably start heading over there shortly.
Miguel, is it DEFCON 1 safe?
Okay. I love you. Let Jasper know that I also love him too.
We'll let him know. He's been on a rampage recently. But we'll let him know.
Okay.
Alright, love you too. Bye.
Bye.
And hang up.
Well, flick the cigarette on the ground, stamp it out.
Well,
Gotta change her clothes.
your clothes covered in bullet holes and blood.
And moss.
gotta
Algae.
You're covered in a thin layer of moss.
gotta get this limp out of my leg, you know? Okay.
Just skate around. You're fine.
Why are you rolling around on like one skate? No reason.
It's a new style I'm trying. And we move to Elijah, who
Oh
is
god.
alone in their room.
Elijah kind of looks over his, the very scant number of belongings in his room, but mostly over the Bibles and the journals. And, he piles up all the Bibles in one pile and all the journals in another pile. And he is going to bring them over to the training ground.
You arrive at the ground, and I think you vaguely remember the one person who seemed to feel the most comfortable at the training grounds. And you see Gareth is sitting in the dead center. Or Garrett. Sorry, I took the H off his name.
Yeah, Elijah doesn't really pay any mind to Garrett. But he just kind of starts tossing the Bibles and the notebooks onto the ground, all except for one Bible, which was the one that Father Elias gave to Elijah. And he sets the pile on the ground on fire.
Make an Arcana check.
20.
Fuck.
How do you want to set them ablaze?
I think kind of starting small, of just whatever book or journal is in the middle, just, just heating it up just enough that, a very small fire starts. So he just kind of stands there and watches it slowly spread over everything.
I would say about halfway through watching these burn, you do see that Garrett kind of has taken notice and stands up, and he sort of slings the rifle over his back and walks over and takes off his hat and just stands there with you. Sort of the opposite side of the flame. He doesn't stand next to you, but he just stands across from you and says nothing for a while and just kind of watches them burn with you.
Elijah, as he's watching, he kind of keeps looking down at the Bible that he's still holding, kind of debating what to do with it, if he should throw it in as well, or if he should keep it. As he's doing this, he kind of collapses to his knees, like clutching the Bible in his arms.
I think you kind of hear as Garrett kind of comes across and just kind of sits next to you. Was that one a gift?
Yes, it was.
I had one like that. It's who gave it to you?
This one was from Father Elias.
The priest.
Yes.
It takes a lot to understand when there are some people that, no matter what kind of facade they put up, are not the people you thought. Believe me, I understand that full well. And I'm sure, put simply, I'm sure the Lord ain't pleased you're burning his books, but I think you get a pass.
I don't know what to think anymore.
I remember that feeling. Well, I suppose to get everything kind of out in the open. First off, Blackwell asked me to talk to you. I think he understands that, unfortunately, he's not exactly a man of faith. And I think for him to talk to someone who is a bit difficult. So he asked me to do that. And I suppose it's fair to come clean that we hadn't just arrived there. Me and Rosa had been there for about half the fight. But we were told very strictly not to intervene until Jeremiah arrived. Last thing Blackwell wanted was 5 dead kids instead of 3. So, I don't know exactly what all it is you're going through, and I'm not going to pretend to say that I understand. But if you'd be willing to let me, I'd love to try and understand. And if it makes you feel any better, I'd be more than happy to share my own portion, if it makes you feel a bit more comfortable.
This was everything to me. And now it's gone. Because of what I did.
What you did?
I thought that I could help him.
I have a feeling that you and I are, I think, a little too similar for me to call coincidence. I'm sure you're very keenly aware I'm not from Newcrest. My family home's in Kansas. I was, we'll just say I was put up for adoption very shortly after I was born. Never knew why. Never heard anything from my mama or my pops. And I was taken in by a really nice sort of elderly couple. As I grew up, I kind of saw them as my grandparents for a while, but I think after a while I kind of grew out of that and realized it didn't matter how old they were my parents either way. And I think there was a day when I asked a question that I think they had never been planning for me to ask, which was, what were my mother and father like? They told me that the reason that I had been dropped off was because my mother didn't feel safe. My father was a tough man. He had a tendency to, I guess the easiest way to put it without sugarcoating it, he was aggressive. And my mom didn't feel like I would be able to survive past any certain year's age with my father around. So she dropped me off. Said that was the healthiest thing and safest place for me. And I suppose you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. And I went to, with permission, I went to go and meet my father. I think on my way there, I kind of convinced myself he wasn't the same man that he used to be. That, you know, what I had been taught is the Lord can change anyone. but he didn't change him. Needless to say, my mama wasn't around no more. He had gone a bit too hard, a bit too fast. And when I asked him, when I went to the door and told him who I was, the first words out his mouth were, "I don't want anything that bitch put out in the first place." I was alone. My parents had told me that they wanted me to do this myself. I was old enough to handle it. You wouldn't believe how close I was to taking the family truck and driving it through his front door. A perfectly kind woman who had done nothing wrong, basically beat to death by a man who never loved her and would never love anything she put out. And I think I spent a long time hoping that I could change him, that I could help him see that that was not the man he needed to be. But the longer I thought about it, the more I learned that there are just some people that don't want to be good people. They've been deluded or they've been confused all their life, and to change that would mean to change who they are, and there are some people that don't ever want to change. And I think that was the first time I made the first adult decision of my life, and I walked away. I told him kindly that his blood didn't matter to me, and there was not a drop of him in me. And I walked away. And I think to this day what I would be like if I had given him what I thought he deserved. Because I think had I done that, I would be a very different man. But I think that was the day I learned it's not that everyone can't be saved, it's that not everyone wants to be. It's just a matter of deciding who wants to be and who doesn't.
I know that Father Elias was a good man. I don't understand how he could have been deceived.
Deception works in a lot of ways. Sometimes it comes from the very beginning. Being told one thing all your life, and then being told something different. Why would you ever choose to believe it? Other times it's perverse. It's the idea of believing that you were doing some good whatever that may be. And other times, unfortunately, there is no deception. There is just hate. I didn't know Father Elias all that well. I'm not a Catholic. Catholicism never really appealed to me, I suppose. But I heard good things. Always heard good things. And I suppose to see him like that was saddening in a certain sense.
Elijah gets up off the ground with the Bible in his hand. Someone did this to him. And I will find him. And he walks off back to his room.
Yeah, Garrett kind of stands up a little bit. And I think before you get too far away, you just kind of, if you ever need me, I'm always happy to talk. And lets you walk away.
Yeah, sure, I'll just put this fire out for you, no problem.
I'll handle it, it's fine. Done this before.
It's okay, go back to your room, I got this.
Done this a few times on the farm, don't worry about it.
So, how did they get there before Jeremiah?
You'll have to find out and ask.
The fuck? Okay.
Well, we don't even know that, so.
I know,
Yeah.
I know that we don't know that, but I'm still just like, how do they know? How did they get there before Jeremiah? The actual electrokineticist.
I have a reason, but
Okay.
don't worry
We
about it.
have to figure it out.
You'll have to figure it out or ask.
Jeremiah had to pick up a few other kids on the way. I understand.
Yeah, in the white van with the bags of candy with their name on it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that during that conversation, you guys are both. Have you returned to your room at this point?
Yeah.
Do either one of you have your windows open?
No.
No?
I might have my window open, yeah.
Okay.
A little fresh air.
Both of you make a perception check. Rena, make yours a disadvantage.
Perception.
What about passive perception?
Yeah, my passive perception.
Yours wouldn't apply because you don't have your window open.
Fuck! Fine.
So I would apply, right?
Yeah, what's
Okay,
your
my
passive perception?
16.
Okay.
Let's fucking go!
Oh. 10.
Jesus. You are sitting in your room doing, I don't know, whatever it is you're doing. You're gooning.
No, Chris is being emo right now.
Yeah.
Playing my phone, I'm playing fucking Flappy Bird.
No, wait, Flappy Bird. No, it's 2024. Don't
No,
Flappy Bird.
this is alternate reality where Flappy Bird didn't get deleted off of the App Store.
Yeah, this is Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
And you hear a car pull up to the front gate and two sets of footsteps coming from opposing sides.
From opposing sides?
One sounds like it's coming from the building, and one sounds like it's coming from the gate.
Oh.
Oh. I was like, opposing?
And I don't hear this.
You don't.
Okay.
Where is like my window located?
It's at the back of your room. It's facing towards the like courtyard area.
Okay, I'll look at my window and be like, huh?
You see the same woman who was sitting with Elijah at the church.
I'm gonna text Rita and be like, holy shit, Elijah's mom is here!
And you also see Blackwell
Okay.
walking from the school with faint embers coming off of the back of his shoes.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna totally text Rita and be like, yo, look outside right now. look outside at RN.
I just imagine it's just.
Still, you have to call my dad. Still, like,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm actually going to instead,
Oh.
run to Chris's room
Oh.
and be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Look out the window.
Oh, let me see. Wait, is that a Blackwell shoes?
Don't yell. Don't yell.
Are his shoes burning right now?
Yeah, do you know who that is? At the gate?
Well, he's a pyro aerokineticist, right?
Do you know who that is at the gate?
Oh shit. Is he angry?
I think so.
Can I see if he's angry?
Make an insight check.
I want to also make an insight.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 18.
Oh my god. Oh!
Nat 20, that's
He is
22.
furious.
Furious?
He is livid.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Okay, I'm not gonna say all that.
The first words you hear from this confrontation.
We can hear it?
Yeah.
I can read lips. I can
Yeah,
read
you're also at the courtyard. Like,
Oh, yeah.
This is not a
Yeah,
quiet
we're the window's open. Like,
Okay,
hear
okay.
footsteps.
Never mind.
The
Both,
first.
like squatted down under the window, kind of peeking up over it.
Put like a vine
Yeah.
on my microphone on my vine.
Yo, I'm recording this.
The first things you hear are from Blackwell. You need to leave now. And you see that he stands in the center of the courtyard, and this much smaller woman comes directly in front of him. And they both, literally, you can tell they are both fully squaring up, essentially.
Wait, what does
What is
Elijah's
she gonna
mom look
do?
like?
The
Yeah.
easiest way I had thought to describe her is, do you remember the mom from Addams Family?
Morticia?
Oh, Morticia. That's what I thought.
Morticia, but a total
More,
cunt.
a
horrible
bit,
person.
yeah, significantly less goth.
And a total cunt, too.
Yeah.
Alright.
As she comes up, you have no right to tell me what I can and cannot do. Elijah is coming home immediately. I do not know what you think you are doing here, but you have no right to tell me anything. I don't know what's happening, but the agents that came to my door refused to tell me anything. And so we will put this very simple. Elijah is coming home, and we will deal with this ourselves.
Do you think they sent agents to our parents' house?
Yeah, before I hung up with my mom, she answered the door. I'm pretty sure it was them. Should we, like, hide Elijah or some shit?
No. Nah, just
Well, I mean, I don't know. Why am I even asking you?
let it happen.
Bro.
I don't. He's not gonna leave either way. I mean, I don't really care if he leaves or not. But
This is his mom.
yo, what the hell is she gonna do?
I think she has a lot more power than you think she does.
I think the government has a lot more power than a
Brother.
Catholic woman.
I think Rena is the only one to be able to pick up on this particular portion, but you see that he gets very close to her, and just through gritted teeth says, "I don't approve of any of the methods you have put together, you psychotic bitch.
What did he say?
And I'm like,
What did he say?
But
I can't
allow
say that,
me
I
to
can't say
put this in the simplest way possible.
bro called her a bitch.
Elijah is not under your care. And seeing as how things have played out today, regardless of what you know, it is clear to me that whatever you are doing is doing nothing short of poisoning him. He is his own human being, and the fact that you think you can come here and elicit whatever sort of justice you have in your head is as close to psychotic as you can get. I will put this in the simplest way possible. You have no power here. You can leave, or I will force you to. The choice is yours.
Is his dad there?
No.
Oh, just his mom.
It was just the mom.
Just the mom.
Blackwell's pissed.
Yeah.
And you see this absolutely foul grin on her face. he is my child all the same. He will come home with me if I tell him to. And I think you know that as well as I do, and that is why you are meeting me here. So.
I gotta give that to her. Yo, she kind of ate him up.
Is Elijah outside?
No. Right now,
Elijah's back in his room.
Okay.
I would like to see my son. And I think you watch as he takes a step closer to her.
How close can this guy get?
Are they gonna like hate me?
And
They're
you
gonna
see
kiss.
this faint glowing stone beneath his foot. Leave.
Bro must be hot.
She must be sweating, dude.
I know.
I am sure you understand as well as I do. I will make you leave, whether you like it or not. So the choice is yours. Either you will stay here and be a nuisance and a problem, or you will leave. And you watch as he tightens his fists so much that there are these... They erupt into these bright blue flames.
Oh.
The what? His fists?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Damn.
He's not supposed to expose himself like that unless the
She
mom.
knows.
Oh, the mom. Yeah,
Her husband is a kineticist.
Yeah.
Or is she also kineticist?
And you watch her take a step back.
Okay, alright. It's a little much there.
Oh, hang on now.
Now, hold up.
And you see nothing but raw disgust on her face. You would really rear such disgusting filth at me? I will do whatever is necessary to keep him out of your hands. I have seen what you've done, and frankly, if I had the capability to do so, I would much rather see you in a cell.
Damn, Daniel.
Now leave.
Chris, shut the fuck up.
Can Elijah hear any of this?
And you see everything pent up to say something, and it all dies. As she slowly takes a step back, and then starts to turn and just says, "You will be hearing from as many people as I can get to call you. Lawyers, friends, family, everyone I can get to make your life a living hell from here on, you will hear from." And she walks to the gate, gets in a car, and drives away.
Man, who knew Elijah's mom was an absolute Karen?
Yeah.
And you see him just kind of standing there, and I think you are watching like the air around him begin to like do that sort of vibrating effect from like something extremely hot standing in the center of the courtyard.
How far away is he?
I'd say he's about 40 feet.
40 feet?
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, never mind.
Don't do anything right now.
I was just gonna do like a little like nice gesture, but whatever.
Hey, Blackwell.
But yeah, you see that he is just kind of standing there, and you see that his fists are still just fully enveloped in this like bright blue flame. And I would say make both of you make an intelligence check.
I'm so intelligent to you guys. Intelligence.
16.
Also 16.
Let's go.
The
16 fellas.
With relative ease, you know that he is an intelligent kineticist. And I think you kind of read that blue flame as not that's just what it looks like. That is him taking a standard flame and using his aerokinesis to build it up to a much hotter temperature than it normally is.
Must have been sweltering standing by him.
Yeah, holy shit.
And
You're gonna fucking sunburn just by standing next to him.
he just kind of stands there for a while and kind of, you watch him kind of slowing his own breathing and kind of getting himself back down to a normal level as these flames sort of start to flicker and die out. And I would say that at this point, Elijah has left the training area and you see Blackwell standing in the center of the courtyard.
Standing next to him was like the equivalent of you opening the oven and sticking your face in, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's so hot.
Got a nice tan.
Yeah.
Actually, I should probably piss him off more. I could stand next to him and get like a nice, hella good tan.
That works with photons.
Yeah. I just want to see him pissed off more, okay? Let's just be real. Real recognizes real.
Time for me to go make more problems. But yeah, Elijah, you have exited the training area and you see Blackwell standing in the...
I think Blackwell should tell Elijah to block his mom from his phone.
I think you should tell him to not call his mom.
That too.
Well, make a perception check, Elijah. Elijah, make a perception check.
Elijah has heard none of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm debating. I'm debating. That's why I'm giving them the perception check.
I was gonna say, Elijah was a bit distracted by Garrett talking to him.
Unless he's gonna perceive us staring
Oh,
for a window.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll see how high it is.
What is perception? Perception. That's a wisdom, so we're gonna roll at disadvantage here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Stress.
Broken will.
Oh, stress.
I just have lower health.
Alright, that's still a 13.
Okay. Both of you guys make stealth checks.
Stealth? Oh god. 11. Raw.
6.
You don't hear the conversation, but you do see Rita and Chris, like, sort of peeking out of their window. And you do see the tail end of what you recognize as your mother's car driving away.
All of us going like, oh my god! Putting our hands up.
Recording it. Look at this crazy bitch.
Yo, Karen caught on camera.
Oh wait, we can't send this to anyone.
We add this to the couple. Oh no.
We have to crop out Blackwell completely.
We just send it to the people in the dorms, that's it.
Oh hell yeah.
Dorm gossip.
Yeah, Elijah kind of he walks over to Blackwell and just says, "What is the next step?"
I would say that I think you are used to it, but you do feel a uncomfortable level of heat coming from Blackwell. As you guys are both fairly kindred in your abilities, at least. And I think you can tell with relative ease that there was an altercation that occurred here. In some way, shape, or form. As he kind of... You watch him kind of clench and unclench his fists just repeatedly. As he is just kind of like trying to de-stress himself. That is up to you, Mr. McCoy. I will not lie to you. Your mother came here to collect you. I believe it is under my purview to say that that would be the most detrimental thing that could happen to you in the coming weeks. But unfortunately, your mother is correct. That is not my decision to make. All I can do is offer my own opinion, but I cannot stop you from leaving. I do not think that your mother has, at this point, anything in your best interest. And considering what has happened today, I believe it will only get worse.
I would like to fix the problem at hand. I want to know what I can do to stop this organization.
As much as I respect your capability to aim high, I think for now it would be best for you to start small. Unfortunately, you will not be able to do anything on your own. So, let's start with the simple things. I would like for you to meet with me weekly, and we will simply sit and discuss. Needless to say that your actions at the church were well documented. And I would like to understand why, and if possible, better help you. That is also why I asked you to speak to Mr. Davies, which I hope you have had the time to do today.
I have.
I would like for you to meet with him and just talk with him. I think he is the type of person that you need to be around more than me. But more importantly, you have a team. I think before you do anything in the field, you must regain their trust. It will take time, and no doubt it will be painful. But before you leave the school, I would like for you to have their trust again. Or at minimum, help them understand.
All right.
I also think, I cannot tell you this for certain, but I think it would be best if you refrain from contacting your mother for a while. We will still do everything in our power to keep her and your father safe. But I think this is a difficult time for you, and I think she will only make it more difficult. But that choice is yours and yours alone.
I'll have to think on it.
I understand. And while it is not my place to offer my opinion on any level of student gossip, I think it would be best for you to speak with Miss Baroni.
Uh-oh. Are we still watching this, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does Blackwell see us just like peeping out?
He's not looked at Elijah once.
Oh.
He is staring.
Oh, he's just
is,
talking
like,
with his
I
back
don't,
to him. Okay.
Like, I don't think you understand how furious he was.
I see.
I assume Mr. Davies told you that he and Rosa were there for a portion of your fight.
Can we hear this? Can we hear this?
Yeah.
What?
Unfortunately, I did not think it was safe for them to intervene until Jeremiah arrived.
The course of the fight could have gone so much more differently.
Oh, maybe would have gotten shot in the fucking leg.
I wouldn't have been burned.
The safety of my students is my highest priority. And the last thing I wanted is to tell them to put themselves in a line of fire that would cause them to perish along with you in the event that that would happen. Unfortunately, if possible, I would have rather not sent any students to deal with it. But
So why?
unfortunately, they were the closest students nearby. They were off on their own separate mission nearby the church. They were able to arrive much faster.
But a mission
I-
in a church.
Remained in contact with them throughout the interaction while Jeremiah commandeered a tram.
Commandeer the tram! Commandeer the whole tram!
Unfortunately, while he is an exceptionally quick kineticist, unfortunately, he is not fast enough to arrive there at a reasonable time. So, I have a great amount of money to send to the city, as he overloaded a tram and used it as his method of transportation.
I need your tram. What? I need this. Okay. Bye.
So, unfortunately, the city is not particularly pleased with me, but that is far and away less important than your lives.
Who's pleased with Mr. Blackwell right now?
No one.
No one.
But that being said, I believe Rosa heard a great number of things that may have had a negative impact on her. And I think it would be best if you went to speak with her.
All that persuading that we were talking about with Rosa being the subject and then Elijah being like, you know, whatever.
I don't give a fuck about her.
I don't give a fuck! I don't give a flying flip.
Would Rosa understand? Elijah. Question.
Elijah answering. I don't care.
My genuine reaction to that information.
Horse reaction.
Horse reaction.
Man.
Feels bad, bro.
Anyways,
Feels
No
bad.
plus ratio.
I see. I suppose I should get that over with.
I think that would be good. I don't know exactly where she went, but I do know that she left campus. I am sure Dante would be able to tell you.
I see.
So,
Is it really safe for him to leave campus right now?
Mm-hmm.
if there's anything
I don't
else,
think it's safe for us to leave.
if there is anything else I can do for you, please do not hesitate to let me know.
I only wish to be a part of this hunt for the organization.
Unfortunately, there is no escaping that. That is a guarantee. Now, I need to prepare myself for conversations with at least more emotionally intelligent parents. So, I trust that you will handle yourself from here.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good evening, Mr. McCoy.
You too, Mr. Blackwell.
And he steps away. And I would say at this point, you do know that you do know that Chris and
We're watching
Rena,
you.
at best, were watching you. At worst, heard the entire conversation.
Yeah, Elijah is.
Chris closes the very noisy window. God damn it. Close it!
He knows. Forget it. Forget the window. We gotta get the fuck out of here. No.
Don't come in, I'm gooning.
And go to Dante's room.
Man, why apologize to your teammates about shooting them or catching them on fire? Nah, just ignore them.
Yeah.
And we will kind of cut to you two for now.
Elijah's gonna try to join another team. That would be crazy.
They can't hate me if they don't know that I will shoot them at the drop.
God.
We're not joining your team. I'm putting together a team. Alright, we're in.
You guys are left sitting in your room. You have no idea that Elijah knows you were watching.
Wow. So Rosa and Garrett were already there?
Garrett?
Garrett?
I'm just... I mean, I can see why Mr. Blackwell wouldn't have them get involved for danger, but I feel like
If the
bigger
if the
number-
front door was open, then you could have left a lot faster.
yeah. I feel like things would have changed for the better if they had helped.
You didn't even have the Garrett sharpshooter. What's his last name?
Davies.
Davies. Come in. We just needed Rosa to break open the door, and she could have been hidden the entire time.
She could have convinced Elijah.
Yeah, but I guess adding more people to the witness protection program probably,
Adding more people to a already bad situation.
probably wasn't the best choice. So
I mean,
it's like a trolley problem, like.
Dennis already saw their faces.
Did Dennis see their faces?
The only person Dennis saw was Jeremiah. Jeremiah was the only one that went in.
Garrett was like by the window.
Yeah, he couldn't have seen Garrett. He would have heard a
And
gunshot.
Rosa was behind him.
The door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was...
She didn't get
Rotting
through
the
the door. She
doors.
didn't get through the door yet. Yeah, that's all he knows is that he saw the door rotting. So he didn't see a face.
He's skedaddled.
Okay, so only Jeremiah.
So essentially, as soon as Jeremiah came in,
But
he
Jeremiah's
was like,
already an AKR agent. and
Yeah.
he was like, "Alright, I'm out,"
He's already on the hit list anyways. So.
Yeah.
basically. So.
Yeah. Alright.
So it's it's like one of those trolley problems where like either you save the one person on the track or you save the 5 people on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, we were already expendable. I guess.
We did put ourselves there.
I guess you could say that.
It's not like we deserved it, but...
It's not like that was the fucking plan. I didn't choose to have my full fucking name be revealed.
Listen,
But
I didn't either, but I think we underestimated quite a bit. Regardless, we should not have gone, period. And we are suffering the consequences.
I don't agree with you, but whatever.
Well, what do you think?
What do I think is that Blackwell probably should have done a little more research into who he's putting in these fucking programs. Would not have placed Elijah in any scenario whatsoever. Even the ones that were planned.
I mean, it's not like he could have predicted everything every student was going to
but
do.
he's obviously a wild card that flies off the handle.
We didn't know that.
I know!
Blackwell
Blackwell did!
Blackwell knew that he is... Would you say easily influenced?
I think basically the way that he described Elijah to you was, in simplest terms, kind of unlikable.
Simplest terms being kind of unlikable, really.
Being unlikable does not mean being a wild card.
Except that he knows his personal life. He knows. He just didn't. He chose not to tell us anything. We didn't have that information disclosed to us. Still have no idea what his family's like. I just know that his mom's a total bitch.
That still doesn't tell us anything.
It's not about us. It's about Blackwell not telling us anything. It's about Blackwell allowing Elijah to come into this program being totally unprepared for anything that involves social interaction. I know that I suck at it, and I know that, sometimes you could have problems with it, but Elijah is apparently a totally different beast that has no experience outside of the Catholic Church, and that's it.
I see where you're coming from. But Blackwell did tell us to leave this shit alone because we weren't ready. And what did we do? Dive straight into it. Without knowing anything. This could have been something Blackwell could have possibly told us if we had just listened. We wouldn't be here.
Listen,
we wouldn't know Elijah would have been a wild card.
Our plan was reconnaissance, okay? It wasn't get in a fight. It was...
We were going to be confronting Father Elias. I don't know how else that could have gone without it being a fight.
Well, I don't even know what Elijah said to him, but it's very obvious that it was a very short conversation, because it was maybe 2 minutes in the confession booth.
Well, we know that he revealed all of the shit we were doing.
And they walked out, holding hands, being friendly, so... Doesn't matter anymore. It's fine. We're already in the shit.
I mean...
It's too late.
Let's try to get through the shit together. We don't need to be dragging each other down further into the shit pile that we found ourselves in. Okay?
I'm fine with you, but I'm not fine with Elijah.
I know. He also shot at me. I'm not saying forgive him right away. That's not even something I can do right now. It's just... We didn't know what we were stepping into. And we didn't consider Elijah's relationship with Father Elias.
Yeah, we did. That was the whole point of why we should have been there.
We underestimated how close they were. Elijah is someone we could not predict was capable of doing what he did. But I think if maybe we had just done what we were told, maybe we would have had a little more light shed on what was going on. At least with Elijah, to help us better understand him as a person. And understand why he fucking burned me. Why he shot you.
Well, I guess think about it this way. If none of this ever happened, he would still be a Father Elias. Anyways, but I'm done talking about it now. Let's talk about it a different time. I need a goddamn nap.
Sleepy time. Oh, shoot.
I'm just...
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Maybe a snack.
Yeah, I guess I won't say anything more.
Someone has one more phone call to make.
Yeah.
So we're back to you.
So I'll walk out of Chris's room back to mine. Lots of things to consider. Blink, blink. And then I'll, just call my dad.
Would he be busy on a Sunday afternoon? I don't think so.
I would say it's a weekend, and weekends are busy. So he may be a little busy.
Let's see. It's been... to your surprise, you actually get an answer. but it is not a usual hello or hi. As you hear him in a car.
Oh shit.
He's already on his way to you.
Hey, Rena, what's going on?
Were you gonna say hey sport?
Hey, sport.
I think I was gonna do the sweetheart, but then I think it made more sense for him to just call you by name.
Oh shit.
That means it's serious.
Oh man, bro uses my government name. Okay.
But yeah, he just, Rena, what's going on?
Hey, Dad. What have they told you?
Just they.
They told me I needed to pack up clothes and get in the car. So, yeah.
From what I understand, you will be meeting Mr. Blackwell, and I think he will be explaining everything to you.
That's a frightening thing to hear.
I'm okay. I am safe.
That's what I was going to ask.
I
guess aside from that, are you okay?
I will be. There's a lot going on. A lot of stuff has happened. I already called Mom and let her know.
Oh God, she's gonna be there.
Dad,
I'm sorry.
This is serious.
I'm sorry. You're right. There were 1,000,001 things going through my head. That's not what I was thinking about at all. But now that you said that, now I am. But, I'm sorry. You're right.
this is... They know what the LEAP program is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They both do.
This is a lot deeper than what I could have comprehended.
Oh God, sweetheart, what?
I can't say anything, but I am okay.
That's all I can hope for.
And right now, I just want to make sure you and Mom are safe.
Yeah, we're doing all right. I am. I haven't called your mom. I probably will now. But yeah, they got me in a really big ass van. My guess is it's probably a armored van.
Oh.
So that kind of gave me some bits and pieces. I've seen enough of those crime shows that you watch to kind of be able to piece a few things together, at least. So
You watch the crime shows I recommended you?
So I'm okay.
I'm sure we can talk on this later, but I know you didn't want this for me. And I wanted to make it so you wouldn't regret letting me go. I fucked up, Dad.
I think you hear a very long pause. Sweetheart, when it comes to you, I don't regret anything. Not a damn thing. Because I know that whatever life you're building for yourself, the only person who can do it is you. Regardless of what paths you go down.
All I ask is when you talk to him, keep an open mind.
I'll do my best. How big is he?
Blackwell?
Yes.
Why does that matter?
I need to understand exactly how open-minded I am going to be just by seeing him.
He'll beat your ass, Dad, don't.
Dad, he is... Mr. Blackwell is a little taller.
Oh, good lord, the way you said that, I don't think that's true.
Bro, I'm the same height as your dad.
Huh?
Chris is the same height as your dad. Hello, son.
Hello, son.
Mr. Blackwell has done a lot to make sure I'm safe. So keep that in mind when you talk to him.
I will. Trying to lighten up the mood a little bit, but I will. Thank you for calling me.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too. I'll see you in a little bit.
I'll hang up.
Where's everyone intending to go while you all wait for some arrivals?
I'm just gonna sit in my room.
But yeah, where's everyone planning to go? You're in your...
Hanging out in my room.
Chris is in her room.
Chris is in her room. Renal is in renal failure. Your full government name is Renal.
Renal failure writer. Failure is your middle name.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think Rena is... Excuse me, in her room.
Okay. Where's Elijah going?
To Dante's room.
Yeah.
Dante's in front of.
Oh! He has that scratched into his door. Yeah, you enter his room. It's a fairly... Or I guess you, like, kind of knock on the door and he opens the door. It is a fairly undecorated room. There is a lot of sort of, like, a lot of the stuff that he wears a lot of, like, sort of gothic accessories. So he's got several of the belts that he has hanging up on the wall. He has several different types of leather jackets and things like that, as well as just kind of some general decor. But it's a fairly sparse room as he kind of pulls the door open, and I think without any insight required, you see a lot of different emotions all kind of happen at once, but nothing strong. I think you get a hint of frustration, a hint of relief, a hint of disgust, a hint of confusion. It's a lot of very mild things with nothing taking a strong center stage. Hey, what's up?
Do you know where Rosa is?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Do you need to talk to her?
I do.
She went home. She said she'll be back, Monday. But I can take you to my place if you need to talk to her. It's not too far, but we'll have to take the tram.
All right.
Okay. Let me grab some stuff. And he closes the door, and you hear him kind of ruffle around a bunch of stuff before he kind of comes out. He's got a jacket on, and has shoes on. Okay, let's go. And he leads his way to the tram, and you guys kind of hang out there at the station for a while before one stops by and you hop on. Is there anything you intend to sort of... I would say the tram is fairly empty at this time of the day, especially on the weekend. There's a few people, but no one really anywhere close to you, as he just kind of stays standing. And I think you kind of notice he's not really making any eye contact with you, which is a first for him.
I know that I made a mistake. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to Rosa. If she'll even listen.
She'll always listen. That's one of the few things about her that's great, is she'll always listen. But I want to make something abundantly clear. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to tell you how or what you should say or how or what you should do. She is delicate in all of the ways that no one expects. And if you do something wrong, I will make sure you never spend a day outside of a hospital again.
I understand.
Good. But I hope things work out. I do. She's my sister, and I've spent my whole life with her, and I think this is the first time I've ever seen her in this particular way before. So, just so you know what's at stake.
I see.
And he doesn't say anything else for the rest of the ride. I would say Rena and Chris, you are kind of sitting in your rooms, just kind of waiting, and I think after a while you hear the gate kind of roll open.
Oh God.
And you see a collection. When your dad said they were armored trucks, he was not fucking around.
Oh my
you
God.
watch 3 SWAT vans.
Oh!
Pull,
Yeah, that's not suspicious or concerning at all.
one by one, sort of in interval. I think you kind of make an intelligence check.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 tanks with turrets.
Not that kind of SWAT van.
I got
Smaller SWAT
14.
van.
Bro, we both got 11 in a row. That's crazy, but mine's just an 11.
Oh.
3 warthogs from Halo.
Rena, I think you notice that they are exactly spaced out. They are all spaced out by about 10 minutes apart.
Uniformed?
And I think you can, you know how a lot of that thing kinds of functions. If they're all going to the same place, they choose to space themselves out by taking extra turns, extra streets, that sort of thing, to make sure that they're not all seen in the same place, going to the same location.
Going around the roundabout. Oh, where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. We'll get there.
Turns around and goes the
How
other
many
direction.
times do you think we can do this before the police stop us?
And
Guys, we are the police.
one by one, you see them pulling, and I would say that there's 3 cars because there's 2 for you and 1 for you. What? 2 for Reno, 1 for Chris.
So, like, not even Elijah's parents are gonna, like, not even his dad?
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
His poor father.
Yeah.
My dad goes where my mother wants him to.
She's already got her claws into him.
And one by one, you see each of your families, respectively, hop out. Chris, you watch as both of your moms and your younger brother come out, and each of the cars that bring your father and your mother separately.
Damn, even divorced in cars.
Shut up! Shut up!
They live in different places. That's different.
I guess that's fair.
I'm so dead. Why didn't they just sweep by both houses? Alright.
And yeah, they're all kind of standing in the garage, unless you guys intend to go to the garage to be with them, Black will come and grab them in a few minutes.
Like, bring them into the dorm?
Bring them to his office, or to a conference room.
I see. Nah, I'll just wait.
I'm a little worse for wear. I haven't really slept a lot, so.
Yeah, well, this is still the same day. You haven't even had a chance to sleep.
I still have insomnia before.
Oh yeah.
She lost some of her hair. She's got some burn scars.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Well, I was gonna say as well, you guys have all been healed, so there's no. Well, yeah, scars I guess would make sense, but.
It's been healed, but I've still been burned.
Yeah.
They're not going to reverse that shit. They're going to heal it.
But yeah, after a while of
Got
waiting,
a sick limp, you know?
Yeah.
after a while, Blackwell comes in, grabs both of you, and kind of looks around a little bit.
Is he still mad?
No, he is
I'm
much.
angry.
He is
I'm
much
angry.
more relaxed now.
Bro, smoke some za. Sorry.
Do either of you know where Elijah went? I assume not, but I figure I will ask.
No.
He.
Unless you saw me walking.
I don't think you even know where he went either.
Yeah, because I think you were.
No, but wouldn't we have heard you say that you were going to go see Rosa to Mr. Blackwell?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
So I guess you would know at least vaguely that might be where he is.
He might have gone to see Rosa.
I understand. To none of my surprise, their parents will not be showing up. So let's go have our little meeting.
All together?
Yeah, we're all gonna be there.
Oh, shit. Okay.
There's no point in me giving multiple small ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
just get it over with.
is that a character? Sorry, Mr. Blackwell.
That's how.
I don't normally cuss.
And he directs you both to a conference room where you see your families sitting on opposite sides of the table.
Wait.
No. Your family is on. Chris's family is on one side. And
Our
your
parents are divorced.
Are on the, Rena's parents are on the other side. There is one chair between them.
Fuck, dude. Seriously.
Can you make it like 2 chairs between them?
It's fine. They intend to have Rena sit between them.
I see.
Okay. God.
As he gestures for everyone to come in, closes the blinds on all the windows, and sits at the head of the table.
Metal sheet. Oh my god, so I gotta.
Hold on, guys. Let me. There we go.
What's this dog's name?
Jason.
Is he
Jason,
there?
watch the door. Worf.
Good dog. Yeah, as he lets you both have a seat and sits at the head of the table. If you intend to say or do anything.
Nope, just let it
Right.
ride.
Go sit.
Just let it ride, yep.
Each of your Rena, each of your parents takes one of your hands. As he No, they're closer than that.
Ripped you apart.
They're closer than that.
We have. split
I
custody.
think you can tell very easily that they are both nervous, more than anything.
What about my family? Are they nervous?
Oh, they are violently nervous. Your brother had to be left in another conference room just because.
He's not even there.
Yeah, they. I think there is a part of you that knows that he is not old enough to really comprehend everything, but also Blackwell cannot trust him to be like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you all this and hope that you don't say anything to the wrong person.
Blackwell's like, yeah, we have a child conference room. It's like when you go to the pediatrician and it has that one side of the room that has all those stupid plastic toys.
But yeah, you are all sitting in this conference room as Mr. Blackwell sits at the end of the table.
Sure hope they don't notice the scars on my body.
I apologize for having to pull you all away from your jobs and your homes, but unfortunately this is something that is important enough that was a necessity. Unfortunately, both of your children have found themselves in the unfortunate position of knowing too much and having been seen. To save you from the same level of position they are in, I am not at liberty to discuss any information with you. As he continues, I think, Rena, you feel your father's hands tighten on yours.
Yeah.
And I think, Chris, both of your mothers are paying close attention, but I think you can see that, I forget what your, it's Beth and who?
Liliana.
Liliana, okay. I thought that's what it was, but I couldn't remember exactly. You do see Liliana start to kind of almost sweat.
She's weeping.
Unfortunately, regardless of what you know, at minimum, you are not safe in your current homes. The people that your children have gotten mixed up with are capable beyond most normal people's means, and as such, I believe it is my utmost purview to make sure you are all safe. You will all be placed in separate homes, and you will be placed under watch. If there is anything important from your homes that needs to be retrieved, I ask that you do not return and you ask someone else to get them. For your safety, it is best you do not return to your homes. Rena, your dad kind of speaks up. My home is my job, essentially. It's my kitchen. I need to be able to continue to work. What's going to happen if something happens to our homes? And Mr. Blackwell kind of...
Is Blackwell sitting or standing?
He said it.
Okay.
Can you tell how tall it?
I was gonna say, if Blackwell stands up and my dad's like, oh,
The shadow looms over him.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could just take a job. It's whatever.
Every house has a kitchen, right? I mean,
Blackwell kind of... He gives a sort of sigh, and we will do what we can to accommodate your new homes. But there is only so much that can be done. For your safety as well, we will also do our best to supply you all with a reasonable amount of money to sustain yourselves in your new homes. There's only so much we can do with government permission, but that being said, we will do what we can.
does that mean they can't go back to work?
Um,
Or
It is more or less what he is implying is that it is encouraged not to return to work.
I see.
Oops. Awesome.
Does that mean that Jasper can't go to school?
You'll have to
Poor guy.
A new school in a new state.
If any of you happen to have family in another state, that would be better. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee your safety or your protection if you choose to go somewhere that is not your home. I know this is all very difficult, and I wish I could say something better or easier, but I cannot. Chris, you kind of watch as Liliana sort of leans forward. I have a duty to my job. I can't just drop everything at the hospital and leave. And I think, Rena, your mom also kind of nods. I'm a teacher. I've been with these students for years now. I cannot just leave. It's not... There is more to it than just the money portion of it. It is my job. And Blackwell kind of grits his teeth a little, not in frustration at them, but in frustration at the position he has to put them in. Unfortunately, I can only do so much, and I will say this. The people you are around will be in danger so long as you are not under protection.
This is your kid's fault, keep in mind.
Make sure to beat them after this.
There is only so much protection we can offer. And if I had an alternative solution, I would give it to you. My primary goal is to keep you safe, and was to keep your children safe.
Oops.
But unfortunately, due to the circumstances that have followed, that is no longer a possibility. If there's anything more me or my organization can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. But my hands are tied, and this is the best I can offer. And I think there is a very tense silence in the room as everyone kind of looks at each other. And no one says anything. I think everyone kind of understands the position that they are in.
No crying, no nothing.
I think there is too much shock and frightened fear to really elicit any kind of response. It is more just raw surprise as he kind of pulls out a pair of binders and sets one in front of Rena and her parents and sets one in front of Chris and her parents. This is all of the information that you will need when you move to your new home. Your temporary home. If you choose to leave, these are credit cards and names you will take in the event that you are needed to give it. These are the new addresses, and included in this is information for new phones to contact your children. Every measure is being taken as possible to make sure that you are all safe, but more importantly, that you are all not seen. Your children will remain here under my protection. But this may be where you part ways for a while. If any of you have any specific questions to me, I will be happy to hear you out in my office, but I will let you all talk with your children.
Oh, no.
Oh, poor Alder.
And he stands up and walks to the door and opens the conference room. between both of your parents, I believe Liliana's the first one to grab the binder on her side, and Rena's mom is the first one to grab the binder on your side. And they both begin kind of reading through it and skimming through it before, one by one, they close it and kind of turn to you. I think Beth kind of, her immediate response to this is almost like that sort of like joking fear of just kind of like giving you this very weak grin and just says, so you got yourself into some deep shit.
Listen, it's a little more complicated than that, okay?
I mean, yeah, I believe you. We're not upset. We're not angry. It seems like I have a feeling you were not. This was not what you intended to be the outcome. So, but it's just. I mean, we were ready for cops to come to the door. It wasn't like this.
I'm just not gonna say anything. Damn, Chris. Shut up, Rita.
I mean, we'll do what we have to, but I mean, your brother is still enrolled in school. We'll have to figure something out there, but we'll do what we can, I suppose. And I mean, we're here to support you either way. That's what we're here for. It, comes with the position. Is there anything we can do for you?
I wish I could tell you what happened, but I can't. So, that's all I'm gonna say.
We get it. I mean, we don't get it, but we get it. We understand. We're just glad you're safe. That's what matters to us. I think, Rena, you kind of watch your mom sit and read through all of this before she closes it. Well, I knew you wanted to do police work. I suppose this isn't exactly what I had in mind. It's a lot. I won't lie to you. I don't think you would appreciate that. It's a lot.
I wish I could say more to give you the bigger picture. I can't.
The only thing that matters to me is, do you believe you're doing the right thing?
I thought I was.
Staying here, do you think you're doing the right thing?
My only other option was to run.
I think you see, at this point now, you do see kind of a tear start to roll down her face. As she kind of pulls you into this very tight hug. And I know I didn't raise you to run.
I didn't raise you a little bitch.
But she just kind of hugs you tightly. I know I didn't raise you to run. So, if this is what you want, all I can do is help you. If this is what you think you should do, then I'm here to support you.
Rena's gonna bring her dad into the hug them both,
Just
And-
shaking, vibrating.
and she's gonna
They're like the same ends of a magnet. You get every time you pull them closer,
It
they
just
get
gets
like
harder and
harder
harder.
to push.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I dragged you into this.
I think to your surprise, you don't really feel any fight from your father as he grabs both of you and just squeezes you both. You don't have to be sorry for anything. I mean, I won't lie to you, I was hoping we could have avoided anything like this, but I know that once you have your mind set on something, I don't think you're easily swayed. But your mom is right. We're here to support you. If you think this is what you should do, then we're not going to stop you. We care about you. Regardless of whatever's going on between you and whoever, between us and whoever, none of that matters. Yeah, no.
That's all I got.
As they kind of both pull away from you, your mom kind of taps the binder a little bit and kind of lowers her voice a little. I will need to talk to him because it does look like they only have one home.
Looks like your mom and dad are getting back together.
We're getting the band back together.
So, hopefully, we might be able to figure something out. But if we can't, me and your dad are adults. We'll figure it out.
Be strong.
Salute you, soldier.
She sort of squeezes your arm a little bit. I don't need to hear that from you.
Die. Rips her fucking arm off.
She just kind of grins a little bit. Shut the hell up. I don't need to hear that from you.
Damn, just shut the hell up, bitch.
And I think your mom kind of lets go of you and kind of turns to Chris's parents.
Oh? Parents interaction?
And you see that she sort of sighs a little bit, and we paid so much money for that house. And you watch as both of your parents, that all hits them like a truck, and they immediately both just go, oh no! As they both kind of get acquainted with each other, accepting the fact that they are both now in protective
These
custody.
are probably gonna be your neighbors anyways.
They got something in common.
They
Oh
got,
my
yeah, they
God.
got something in common, and I think you see that there is a very pleasant conversation that goes on between the two of them, talking a lot about, like, you know, the fact that they're probably going to lose their houses, and, you know, that they've, you know, all of the things that they have there, and I think they start talking about memories of when you guys were kids, and it kind of becomes this sort of thing where they both start getting very emotional with you guys kind of outside the conversation. But I think it is still nice for you both to see.
They're like, Jasper needs like a teacher to teach him since he's no longer in school. And they go, oh, well, I'm a teacher. Oh, what you are? Oh, what grade do you teach? Oh, this, that.
Yeah, I think you do see a lot of, like, a very sort of pleasant relationship forming between them.
Can I request, information as to where I got my powers from?
From who?
Our parents.
Blackwell or my parents? Either one that would give me an answer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess who would you intend to ask first? Is
I guess my
question.
parents, because they're already there.
Yeah. Yeah, go on. Ask. Hurry up.
Okay. I'll ask Liliana, because she probably would know more than Beth. Beth would be like, well, I don't fucking know. I'm just here.
Yeah.
I'll just ask, like... Did Blackwell tell me if it was biological or spontaneous?
He said he would look into it and see if he could
okay.
get you any more information.
Okay. I'll just be like, hey, Mom. Before you, I don't know, go wherever they're taking you. I don't know how long they intend to keep you on campus. Do you happen to know if my powers were a spontaneous thing or a biological thing?
Make a insight check.
Okay. No, sorry, 17.
Oh my god, Jesus. I guess first question is, I assume you would know that at least you were, I guess just to know if you, I don't remember if we said that you would know or not, or was if you were surrogated or not, if you knew that you were.
I would assume that I would probably, like, I would be a possibility.
But you don't know, no?
But I don't know, like, for sure.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just clarifying. You see...
I think I would just know because I think Jasper is probably...
Yeah, you're, at this point,
related
you're sure. Yeah.
To me, either through my mom or through a dad, basically.
Yeah.
A biological dad.
You see... I mean, they've already had a pretty, confusing day. And then when you ask her this, I think you see, almost like not surprise, but like, you see a sort of acceptance of like, I knew this was coming eventually.
Yeah.
I
guess I'll tell you now.
As she kind of looks around the room a little bit. Would Rena and her parents have stayed in the room?
Yeah.
Okay. She kind of looks around the room at everyone and kind of... What am I? Who am I? She looks around a little bit and then kind of turns back to you. I can answer that. Do you want me to answer it here, or do you want to go someplace else? I mean, it's not like a...
You can answer it here. I mean, it's not like it's a huge secret, you know?
No, I know, but it's... I just wanted to know how much privacy you wanted about it.
No, it's okay. It can be spoken about here.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's easy for you to tell that you are not both of our kids genetically. Unfortunately, that's not how things work. Oh, goodness. I mean, in easiest terms, you were surrogated. We wanted to have kids, but we were debating whether we wanted to adopt or we wanted to do a surrogate parenthood.
Uh-huh.
And we spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Yeah.
And we eventually decided on a surrogate.
Okay.
As for your abilities, I don't really know fully. I mean, Beth has never had anything like that show up before. So we don't really know. So I mean, really the only person who would know would be your biological father.
Is
he also the father of Jasper or no?
Yes. You two are blood related.
no. Does he have any powers?
Jasper?
Yeah.
Not that we've seen. I hope not. God.
I hope not.
I hope not. I mean, yours,
Yeah,
you kind of got a grasp on yours without us really doing anything about it.
Was that one day when you disappeared for like half a day? Yeah, that was strange.
But we weren't super concerned when you had yours. But, I mean, if Jasper does, I mean, now that we know a bit more about everything, we would have to kind of change everything. But we don't know.
Do I know when like kinetic abilities tend to like show, like with age?
Around the range is fairly wide. Sometimes it can be as early as I think probably around 7, 8, and as late as like 14, 15. So it's a pretty wide range, but it also depends very wildly on how strong their abilities might be.
I mean, was your surrogate like a friend, or was he just a random guy?
He was a friend. He's someone I work with at the He works at the same hospital.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. I'm just curious, because, you know, I've been learning in school, surprisingly,
I'm
that,
glad to hear it.
kinetic abilities can be spontaneous, but Blackwell didn't know if mine was biological or spontaneous, but he seemed to have known for my other teammates, so just wanted to ask.
Well, when it comes to surrogate parenthood, there's a lot of information that they can choose to redact, to keep from, if they really don't want any ties to you, or if anything, they want you to not feel like your real parents aren't your real parents. They can choose to redact a lot of that information. So it may have just been that Blackwell may not have been able to get his hands on that legally. It varies. It varies.
Okay. I guess just keep me posted if anything weird, I guess weirder than this, happens at new home.
Yeah, we will. We've got new phone numbers and everything, so you'll have to put us in as... I mean, it may... I don't know, maybe it's better that you don't put our names in, or maybe you do. I don't really know how all this works, so...
Don't worry, I'll give you guys code names.
I'm sure. And I'm sure they're going to be very kind and loving code names.
Yeah, most definitely.
She sort of shakes her head a little bit. We don't really have any questions for Blackwell. We have most everything figured out, and it seems like Jasper may have a new teacher, so that'll be nice, at least. That makes our jobs a million times easier, especially because we'll never have to transport him to school anymore. So, silver linings.
Hey, look at that! I don't deal with traffic, you know. It's
Silver linings.
Yeah.
That's all we can do right now is silver linings.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to start making a list of everything that needs to be brought back from the house and start getting our stuff moved into the temporary place. So, is there anything you want from me or Beth before we go?
I guess just maybe some advice. I can't disclose a lot of information, but I don't know,
wronged by someone that I thought was like a teammate. That, I don't know, maybe didn't realize that what he was doing was wrong. But how do I trust someone like that again?
Have you thought to ask?
Ask what?
Ask why. The easiest way to figure out why something happened is to ask them. Because, I mean, depending on how badly this person, stabbed you in the back, trust me, not come easy.
That might be a little more literal than you think it is.
You're closer than you think.
Depending on how badly it was, I mean, trust may not be something that comes quickly, but what matters is, the thing that me and your mom do all the time is just ask. Ask questions. It's the easiest thing to do. You may not get an answer you like. Hell, you may get an answer you hate, but it's better to have some reasoning than to have no idea at all.
I guess that makes sense.
Well, works for me. That's one of the better responses I've had to advice, so...
Bruh. Wow, okay. Well... Thanks, and... I'm sorry that it ended up this way. That this was not intended. Let's just say that.
Yeah. That's alright. Unfortunately, there's no way to get out of it now. So, what matters is what we do from here. So, we're gonna go ahead and go try and get Jasper loaded back into a SWAT van. Truthfully, it was easier than you thought it would be.
I think he probably thought it was cool.
He did, and then he kind of realized the seats were uncomfortable, and there were no windows, and we didn't bring his tablet with him.
Oh my god,
And-
I can't.
You didn't bring his skibbity tablet.
And it took him, I think, about the better part of about 5 minutes to get bored. So, we'll figure it out. But we're gonna go get him loaded up and start getting stuff moved over to the temporary place. So, if you need anything, call us.
Text you, call you, whatever.
We need to get you the new number given to you. And she kind of hands you the binder and sets it out for you to copy down both of the numbers. And once you have it, she closes it up and sort of tucks it under her arm. Okay, well, we're going to go get him loaded up. And she sort of grabs you and wraps you in a hug, and Beth kind of comes over.
Wait, I want to come with so I can say goodbye to Jasper.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. And they kind of start making their way out to grab Jasper, who is sort of looking through several of the books in the classroom. And as
I'm reading.
as you guys make your way down, Rena, it is just you. I would say that your dad is not really talking too much to Mr. Blackwell. Your mom is kind of asking him a few different questions in his office. But your dad is kind of letting her handle it. And after a while, she comes back in and has the binder open as she's reading it and shuts it. And sort of takes a pen and puts it into the binder. Okay, got a few things figured out. Unfortunately, it's one house, so we'll figure it out. But got some of the smaller things figured out. I should have at least something to keep me busy. I'll be working with Jasper. So, yeah, I guess we just have to start getting all of our stuff moved from the other house and get settled in a little.
I'm sorry.
What for?
Making life-altering decisions for people that never asked.
I don't think you even thought of it as a life-altering decision. And normally, the decisions that are, you never see them as them. Until it's too late.
I know you remember what happened in middle school.
Yeah.
And safe to say, I've been having some reoccurring emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready to... I was ready to kind of leave it all behind and never think about it again, but how can I forgive someone that hurt me?
With difficulty is usually the answer. Unfortunately, you've seen how well I forgive people who hurt me. It's difficult. It's always difficult. Especially how they hurt you. My honest answer is I don't know. I don't. People that betray the trust that you gave them are hard to forgive. Trust is not an easy thing to build, but it's brittle. It's easy to break. And being able to build that trust with someone again is hard. Because I think no matter what, you will always be reminded of what happened. I mean, there's always the option of trying to seek closure, trying to understand. But the answer is with difficulty.
Rena nods slowly, just trying to process all these very familiar emotions. How can I stop history from repeating itself?
Make the decisions you wish you had the first time. The ones that you find yourself eating away at you when you're sitting in the bathtub thinking, man, I wish I had done this differently. Do it differently. And hope that something changes.
Alright. I assumed in the time that Chris was talking with her parents, we had already exchanged information.
Yeah.
Just new numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I'll give them both a hug. Said all I've needed to say.
Yeah. They both kind of wrap you in a hug. All kind of together. And after a while they kind of let go and your dad kind of pat you on the back and we'll figure things out on our end. You focus on what you need to do. I'm sure you've got 1,000,001 important things to handle now.
That is an understatement.
I got a text from Callahan a couple days ago. I assume you went and picked up the gift I left?
The gift.
Yeah.
Well, about that gift.
So, someone tried to kill themselves with it.
I would say with no issue whatsoever, you do sense an eyebrow raise from your mom behind you.
I did.
You fucking heard that eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
No bitches? No, just kidding.
I did, and it's coming in handy.
That's really frightening to hear. I'm glad. I'm glad. No, I'm not glad. I hope it serves you. Let's put it that way.
Me, no, but plenty of other people, yes.
Well, you got it for me for a reason. So, I shall wield it with wisdom.
Let's hope so.
Or, I shall use the gift wisely.
He shakes his head a little and just kind of like leans in a little bit. I'm already fucked. I'm already fucked. It's okay. I'm glad. Keep it clean. Keep it safe. Did you get a safe by any chance?
Did I?
No.
Fuck. No.
Okay. Stop by Callahan's. He has plenty of them. Grab a safe. Always important.
That is smart.
We're gonna go enjoy a nice road trip in a SWAT van.
Was it like how you imagined?
I expected to be on the other side with you in the driver's seat, not in the back of it. So that was a experience.
Yeah. Well, you guys be safe.
Always are. And he kind of gives you a hug and kind of kisses you on top of your head. And they both head out of the conference room. And I would say about halfway down the hall, you hear your mom say, "So, what did you get her?" At which point, the kind of exit earshot. And you are in the conference room.
Okay. Sure glad they didn't notice any of the burn marks on my body. Yeah. Alright, you know what? Actually, I think... well... Eh. I'm still going through a lot, so... Yeah, Rena, she's gonna head back to her room.
Mhm.
And... kind of drown out all noise with music and podcasts and just zoning out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
With her door closed.
Chris, you kind of, your mom's grabbed Jasper from the classroom and kind of pull him along down the hallways, and all you hear is him hitting them with questions about everything on the walls, pointing to every single thing that he can see visibly and asking them about it, to which they 90% of the time respond with, "I have no idea, Jasper."
Is the classroom above the dorms or below the dorms?
Above.
We get to go to the doors to get...
It is, well, so it is, the classrooms are on the top floor.
Yeah.
The rec room is on the second floor, and the dorms on the bottom floor.
Oh, okay.
So there's a floor between them.
I know, but to get out, we'd have to go through the dorms.
You don't have to go through them. It's a separate hallway past the garage.
Oh, okay.
As they kind of make their way down. And Jasper is kind of walking around, and at one point kind of turns to you and just says, You live here?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I live here. Especially now.
Sure thing.
And he kind of...
Sure thing, kiddo.
He kind of pulls away and kind of looks into the rec room. He's like, "What's in here?"
What's in the rec room? Is there anything that's of like...
I mean, it's just the rec room. There's no one in there at the moment.
It's just stuff to hang out with friends, man. Just like some tables.
Do you have to cook your own food?
Yes.
Do they have TVs?
Yes.
Do they have beanbags?
I don't know.
Oh, I like beanbags.
Uh-huh.
What do they have to eat?
Anything that you can think of, honestly.
They have,
Don't break your brain too much there, buddy.
do they have salmon?
They might. I don't know.
But you said it was anything I could think of.
Yeah, but you kind of like have to request for things to be in there, or you have to go get it yourself too. Yeah, so it could be anything.
Yeah, I think they're like, once all of the questions are exhausted about the rec room, you can tell that he immediately gets bored and starts to follow your parents again down into the garage.
Nah.
It's like, okay.
That's all I wanted to know. Bye.
Yeah. And you guys kind of all get your way down into the garage, and one out of the 3 SWAT vans, 2 of them are gone now, and 1 of them remains.
They didn't even take them in the same SWAT car to their
No,
new
they did.
location?
They did. But one of them left to go back, and one
I
of them
see.
took them. Yeah. And yeah, they kind of start climbing in, and Jasper sort of like throws himself onto the floor of the SWAT van and like
The guy's like a fucking lizard.
sort of crawls his way in.
What is he wearing?
What is he wearing? He's your brother.
What shirt is he? What shirt is he got on? What's
He's
his
a
shirt?
big. He likes to play hockey, so maybe like he could be like wearing a jersey or something, and like some kind of like baggy pants that got like lots of holes in them.
I was thinking like Skechers, long
And like
socks,
a Sketcher, yeah, Sketcher, yeah,
old ass camo khaki pants, and I guess a jersey.
yeah, like a hockey jersey.
They kind of help him get into the van and kind of lean out. As Jasper kind of cocks his head at you a little bit. He's like, "Are you coming with us?"
No, man, I gotta stay here.
Oh, okay. Bye.
I love you. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta say I love you. Oh.
You see that he kind of gets sort of like the very like scrunched up face, and he's like,
Ew.
"Bye." As sort of Beth rolls her eyes at him a little bit.
Come on, Jasper. I'm not gonna see you for a very long time. Okay, that's why I'm saying this.
I love you. As Beth kind of rolls her eyes a little bit, and Liliana comes up. All right, we've got lists to write, packing to do. So, good luck.
Thanks. I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. This is a very new conversation.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
We love you. We all do.
Love you too. Let me know if anything weird happens.
We will. Stay in contact.
Don't. Let me know how this Jasper being taught by Marina's mom goes, I guess.
We will. It seems like it should go okay. We'll find out.
What a strange turn of events.
Yeah.
Keep in contact. We know you're going to be doing a lot more very violently dangerous things. So just keep in contact at least once a day. Just let us know you're breathing.
Gotcha. I'll make sure I do that. Let me know what your new place is like, I guess. If it's nice or if
We'll
it's
send some pictures. We'll send some pictures.
stinky. It's like one big
One
white
massive
room.
studio apartment.
Yeah.
I'm sure if it's awful enough, you can put in a good word for Blackwell to get us a better one.
Yeah, I'll try.
So, all right, we'll see you later. Keep in contact. And she kind of pulls you into a hug. And you can tell at this point now she's like realizing she is saying goodbye and is almost crushing you.
Dude, almost crying.
As she lets go of you, sort of puts both of her hands on your shoulders. Be safe. I mean it this time.
Did you not mean it before? That's why I got in trouble. Oh!
Before I knew it was going to happen. This time, now you are no longer at a choice of being safe or not.
Okay.
So, try.
So if I'm not safe, then I'm not safe from you. Is what you're saying?
Something like that. So, be safe. And
Yes, ma'am.
she kind of sits down in the SWAT van, kind of waves to you as she pulls the door shut, and Jasper kind of comes up to the little window at the back and just waves to you with both of his hands as the van pulls out.
His look fucking bashes his face and start accelerating.
As as you watch the van pull out of the courtyard and into the street.
Wow. This is so depressing.
Yeah. What'll we do now?
I'm just gonna, I guess, wander back to my dorm.
Yeah. Is there anyone you intend to talk to, or are you just kind of going to sit? What is it?
Arena, is your door open?
That bitch is closed.
No? Okay. I want to talk to Garrett.
Ooh! No way.
I just thought about that now, because, like, if I want to try to trust Elijah again, then he'd probably be the best person to talk to. Because I don't know anything about Elijah.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well, like, I think your, like, primary interaction with a person of faith has been Elijah. And Elias.
Yeah, and that's it, so... I really need another frame of reference right now.
Yeah, and also the fact that he's the only one, other than Rena, he's the only one still here that was there
Yeah.
at the church.
Garrett is in his room. His room is a bit more decorated. There's a lot of sort of like a very
Crosses.
honestly no, like not even as a joke. There's not any religious iconography anywhere.
He's Christian, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see a lot of sort of like crazy. He brought Kansas with him. He has like a lot of these southern decorations up on his walls.
He brought Kansas with him, so nothing? No.
I mean,
The farm?
Probably some corn.
It's just a
he
field
has-
in there.
A suspiciously, like, very dirty barrel in the corner of his room.
You see that there is like several like Polaroid photographs of like him and his parents, as well as several of the things he saw around on the farm. And one of the things that you see mounted over his bed is a pair of bullhorns that are mounted on the wall. Aside from that, he's got like, you can see a lot of his clothes are out and about. He's got several flannels that are kind of out. His rifle is leaned up against the wall.
He's got a cow in there.
And I would say that his room smells very faintly of like hickory smoke.
Dirt. Oh.
Hey! Yeah, man, this is really awkward.
Yeah, he's kind of sitting on his bed, kind of scrolling through his phone as he kind of pulls it down a little bit.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's not very country of him.
Hey, what, I know we spoke very briefly, but hello, hi. I saw you were, that's right. I'm now remembering who you are. Look, I will be honest.
He's just gonna start laughing.
I will be I will be honest. I have not talked to you that much. I think the only interactions I've had with you was when you came and talked with Rena when we first met, and that was it.
Yeah.
So, nice to meet you. I'm Garrett. I've met the other two that you work with, but I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, well, on the topic of meeting the other two that I work with, listen, you know, I mean, you know, I'm, like, in the shit right now, so...
Yeah, vaguely.
And I, you know, unfortunately still have to work with Elijah, someone that I know nothing about, and because of that, like, the whole thing with, you know, the shooting and the catching Rena on fire, and, yeah. So, like, and I've seen you guys talking, so, like, I need some help trying to gain trust again, I guess.
Well, I mean, I won't fault you. Like, yeah, I guess I'll ask at the risk of maybe revealing something that you didn't know. You are aware that we were there for a portion of that?
How much did you hear?
No, I found that out, but like, yeah,
Okay,
like, how much do you know?
So
Like, when did you, what, in the course of events, when did you show up?
So we supposedly, from what I heard from Blackwell, is that he got a text from Ms. Ryder, and at that point he texted us and told us to make our way to the church and not to enter, but to keep a close eye on everything. And essentially, we kept in direct contact with him, and he told us if in the event that we believed one of you would be killed, or something along those lines, we were to intervene. And we were just about ready to when Jeremiah arrived. So we got to get to work. But we saw a pretty reasonable amount.
So what, you guys were just peeping through the windows?
That's all we could do.
Ah, I
Damn.
see.
So we heard enough.
So like, what did you see? What was the beginning that you saw? For you?
Well, I mean, if you're asking, I did watch Elijah shoot you in the back of the leg, and almost shoot you in the back of the head.
Wow.
I did see the tail end of Ms. Ryder on fire. So yeah, I think I fully understand why you may have a little bit of trust issues towards Elijah, and I will tell you right now.
That means Rosa saw that Elijah shot you.
So I will tell you first and foremost, there is not a living being on this planet that would fault you for not trusting Elijah, and I can tell you right now, the Lord wouldn't fault you neither.
God, the Lord. Anyways, let's just not talk about the Lord right now.
You know what? I think I can accept that response. I think after all of the experience you have had in a church, I think you get a free pass for a little while. Believe me, I get it.
So what do you know about Elijah? I don't know anything about him besides that his mother is a complete cunt.
Oh, that's news to me.
Hello.
That's... I will pardon your French. That's news to me. Truthfully, I mean, my first interaction with them was watching them burn all of their Bibles and journals.
That was your first interaction with Elijah?
Interaction. Like the first time we sat and talked by ourselves.
I see.
Like, yeah, there's a difference between passing interaction and an actual interaction. But it seems like they are in a world of hurt in more ways than one. But if you're asking me what
World
I know...
of hurt now? Like, how? Exactly. I don't know that Elijah tried to shoot himself.
Yeah. Well, no, that's why...
I wasn't there.
I mean, take it from someone who is of the faith. It takes a substantial amount to burn a Bible. More importantly, to burn several. He had quite a few. But more importantly, he had one that was given to him by the priest.
Oh. Well, I mean, that one I would probably burn First, yeah.
But I think there is... I mean, like I said, I don't know, especially Catholicism. I'm not Catholic. But I have a feeling that was a much stronger bond than I think any of us really understand. And yes, the priest was attempting to end your life. But I think sometimes it is difficult to sort of pull yourself away from something like that.
I get that, but at the same time, I don't know. Elijah witnessed a lot of things leading up to, the choice between shooting me and not shooting me.
And it, like I said...
From the priest,
Like I said, I do not fault you. I 100... Trust me, if it were me, I would be most likely in an identical opinion as you. I mean, when we go out and do these missions, these are people that we're supposed to trust with our lives. And to have one of them turn a gun on you is not is no laughing matter.
So how do I forgive him? I don't know.
Forgiveness is the hard part, unfortunately. I know a lot of people like the phrase of forgive and forget, but I've never been of the belief that forgetting is okay. Forgiving is... I suppose, do you want my answer or do you want the more common answer?
I want to hear your answer because you
Yeah.
had your interaction with Elijah.
I think everyone is due forgiveness, regardless of what they've done. And I think just from the short interaction I had with Elijah, I think there is a whole lot more happening than I think any of us really fully understand. I don't know what, I don't know why, and I don't know how, but I know that things are not as simple as they seem. And that is one of the reasons why Mr. Blackwell asked me to remain in contact with Elijah, was to try and help in some way, to understand, and to hopefully prevent anything like this from happening again. And maybe get them on a path to earning your trust again.
So what do you think I should do as my first step, I guess?
I think the easiest thing to do, and I know this is going to sound incredibly cruel, but when it comes to working with animals, the easiest thing to do is to make them feel comfortable around you in the first place. Doesn't mean you trust him, just means that you show that you're not going to jump to frustration, that you're not going to immediately jump to anger. Because I think the easiest way for Elijah to be comfortable talking to you is to understand that you are not going to immediately lash out at anything they say.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't have really anything else to ask, so I guess just thank you for saving my life. That was pretty nice.
You see that he sort of gives a very wry grin and kind of takes his hat off. Yeah, I'm a pretty good shot. What can I say?
Bro. This is not a moment to gloat right now.
Alright. My bad. But, yeah, we're good.
It's gotten way bigger than last time.
Sure.
Thicky!
It might just be the background noise. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Just make sure we're all speaking up. I turned down the gain a little bit. I know. I understand that there are some people that are not keen on it, so I will not ask to pray over you. Most people aren't fond of that. Would you have any ill will for me praying for you and Elijah? Not here, not now. But aside from what I'm already doing, that is the easiest thing for me to do.
Where'd your accent go? I don't need a prayer.
I understand.
So no, don't do that.
I understand. Believe me, I get it. I do. I have a feeling it is going to be very difficult to talk to Elijah again. If you ever feel like you need help, I'm always more than happy to help. Any way I can.
Well, thanks. That means a lot, especially for someone that doesn't really
know me, so.
Helping's one of the things I do best. And if that's what I can do for you, that's all I can ask for.
Well, I'm gonna get going. I'm tired, so, thanks again.
Yeah, no worries. Do you want me to give you my phone number so you can text me at any point, or would you rather just come find me?
Yeah, sure, just give me your phone number.
Yeah, and he kind of reads you off his phone number and lets you take it down. But yeah, he gives you his phone number and kind of just lets you walk away.
And I saunter off into my...
Do you roll away?
Nope, I'm not wearing my roller skates right now. That is not. I don't need them. Not going anywhere, not doing anything, so I'm just walking normally.
Imagine walking normally.
Astounding.
What? Oh, just walking normally?
Yes.
And I'll just, go back to my room.
Yeah.
Close the door.
No,
The door is closed.
no, closed. Yeah. And I would say we kind of move away from the lovely IKR campus and sort of arrive with Dante and Elijah, who are currently kind of walking down the street. As Dante kind of walks to in front of a house and sort of gestures to it. It is a sort of smaller, like, condo type setup. But all of these have sort of small backyards in them. They're sort of single-story condominiums. As he kind of gestures to it. As of right now, it should probably just be Rosa and my grandma. She's probably going to be the one that answers the door. My dad's at the restaurant. My mom's probably helping him. I'll just wait out here. I don't think you need me coming with you.
Elijah just knocks on the door.
Yeah. You knock on the door, and there's no response. Before you hear this very soft sort of shh, 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 shh. And the door opens, and you see this very sort of small old woman. What? Who is it? Who is it? Who?
I am Elijah McCoy. I'm here with Dante. And gestures over.
He left. He's just gone.
Yeah, you see that as soon as you say that, she sort of swings the door all the way open. Dante, what are you doing? Get in here. Get inside.
God damn it, why did you say I was here?
You see that he sort of looks at her, and they sort of share this very silent conversation between the two of them. And she sort of narrows her eyes a little bit. I see. Okay. Come inside. Come inside.
Elijah walks in the door.
Yeah, you walk in the door, and she slams the door shut behind you.
Walk into the door.
And sort of starts shuffling off to the kitchen. You may call me Mama Baroni. What can I do for you? Do you drink tea? Do you drink water? Do you drink coffee? What can I do for you?
I'm fine, thank you.
She sort of comes back around and looks at you. You need tea. I will make you tea.
Okay.
And she sort of gestures to a large cloth couch that looks exceedingly worn in, that has sort of a lot of the floral sewings into it. Sit, 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 sit. I will make you tea.
Alright. Sits down.
Yeah. And you hear sort of like clattering around in the kitchen, putting things together. And she comes back after about 10 to 15 minutes and sets a large kettle in front of you with some glass teacups. What have you come here for? What can Mama Baroni do for you?
Mama Baroni! That's what he said. Yeah. I missed it.
here to speak with Rosa.
You've come to speak to my granddaughter Rosa. I see. She sort of... She grabs the tea kettle and pours a large cup for both of you. And kind of slowly makes her way over to sit in a large chair and kind of sits. And you see that she is very sort of like leaned forward, very much like the sort of hunchback old lady, as she continues to drink her tea. I assume you are the... She has clarified that she is not seeing you, so I assume that it is something different that you young ones do, where it is you are seeing each other but you are not seeing each other, but you do not want to say that you are not seeing each. It is very difficult, very difficult. But I assume it is you.
Yes.
I see. Drink your tea.
It's great. I love it. What are you rolling?
Elijah's never had tea before.
Ooh.
Oh my god. So what are you rolling?
To see if he likes tea.
Yeah, but what are you rolling to see?
Oh yeah, what's your criteria for the roll?
I was just gonna do.
Plus 10, minus 10.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
It's kind of right in the middle of liking it, so
It's palatable.
Not used to it yet, you know.
he sips it, and he's what kind of tea is it? Like a herbal tea?
Yeah, it's definitely like an herbal tea. I'm thinking like a
Has
lemon.
Elijah ever had caffeine before?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Probably not.
But it's like a bit my tongue. It's like a. I'm trying to think of like. I'm gonna say like a lemon ginger type of herbal tea. But yeah, she kind of watches you drink it for a little bit. And she kind of narrows her eyes at you a little bit. Believe me when I tell you, Mama Brony has been alive for a very long time. And Mama Baroni knows when something ails you. What is it that ails you, boy? I can see it in the way you look, the way you stand. You are ailed. And do not lie to Mama Baroni. She knows. She always knows. Never wrong, Mama Baroni's eyes are.
I have made a mistake. A terrible mistake. And Rosa got hurt because of it.
You see, I think you expect like a very sort of like solemn response, but instead she sort of almost waves at you, like waves you off. Mistake this, mistake that. There is no mistake. Mistake does not matter. It does not matter what mistake you made. It matters what you do after. Mistake is not important. It is done and cannot be undone. That is how one lives. Not to dwell on the mistakes that one makes, but instead to do things differently when they make them. You let your mistakes ail you and you will always make more.
I see. I came here to tell her that I'm sorry.
Sorry. Rosa is a delicate girl. She is intelligent, she is headstrong, but more importantly than that, she is emotional. Although she may not be very good at showing it, she is. But I think you will find that she is always happy to listen and always happy to understand what you have to say, but what you say does not matter to her. It is what you do. Rosa understands the weakness behind words. Mama Brony raised her that way. As I said, the eyes do not lie, but the words and the tongue might. It does not matter what you tell her, it matters what you do. But, to be fair, an apology may not go amiss. But it is important to understand that you can say that you will move mountains and that you will bring down the sky from the heavens, but if you cannot do it, what does it matter if you say it?
Speak on it.
Yes, Mama!
Speak on it, Mama Maroni!
Yes, Mommy!
Okay, I ain't saying all that.
What?
Go on, Elijah. Yes, Mommy. No.
Don't do that.
I see. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Do not keep it in mind, boy. Keep it in heart. You can keep 1,000,001 things in your mind, it will not matter. Do not just take it to mind, take it to heart. Act on it. Do things on it. Do not simply think, do.
Yes, preach!
And you see that she kind of takes the cane that she has beside her bed and sort of
Whacks you with it.
she sort of pokes at the teacup. Drink. You look like you have not had anything to eat in days.
Alright. He starts drinking it again.
Yeah. She does not say much when you are not speaking. I think she just kind of sits, and I think you can tell she spends a lot of time reminiscing about things that once were. Just kind of sitting in her home, and I think this is the first time you kind of like stop to take the break to look around, and you see that to call this place lived in would be an understatement. You can tell that this home has been in their family for several years. There are old knickknacks that look like they are far older than you or your parents. There is an old grandfather clock that you can hear, ticking in the background. Lots of sort of like old Victorian like furniture and things like that. But more importantly, I think this is the first time you've first been in someone else's home, and you see a very different feeling to the home that you are used to. It is messy. It is chaotic. There is no system here. But you see all of the pictures on the walls, and you see a mixed range of emotions. You see kids whose birthdays didn't go the way they intended, and you see tears. You see weddings. You see pictures from funerals. You see all manner of different emotions put on these walls. And I think this is the first time that you are seeing what your mom was attempting to recreate in its truest form. And after a while, you finish this tea that she has given you. Now, go, Dr. Rosa. When you are done, come back. I will make you something to eat. You look like you have not eaten.
Thank you.
Of course. And she sort of stands up and sort of hobbles her way to the back door that leads out to the sort of backyard that they have. Now go. Fix whatever it is you have broken.
Alright. Which room is Rose's?
It is upstairs. Are you intending to grab something?
No. I just wanted to know where she was.
She is outside. She is in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
She finds that enjoying the shade of the tree that we have out there is pleasant.
I see.
So, go, talk, speak, fix. I will make you food. And I would say that as soon as you cross the threshold of the door, you just hear this whoosh, as she slams the door behind you and starts hobbling her way into the kitchen. You find yourself standing in sort of this very small but simplistic backyard of Rose's home. There is this sort of very large, sort of round, fluffy tree that they have in the backyard, with several sort of carvings in the bark, as well as lots of sort of grass and bushes and things like that. That all seem to be exceedingly well kept. There is a portion of the garden that is kind of hanging from the walls that they have that separate their yard from the other yards that has plants, things like rosemary, thyme, a lot of like cooking materials held up on the fences. And you see Rosa sitting under a bench underneath the shade of this tree.
Yeah, Elijah kind of fumbles, with his hands before walking over. Rosa, I wanted to talk about what happened.
She kind of looks up from the ground, and you see that her eyes are red. And you know with ease that she has been crying. As she sort of hesitates a little bit because you see that she wants to offer you the seat next to her on the bench, but I think there's a part of her that doesn't want to do that either. But she just kind of looks up at you and doesn't say anything.
I understand that you were there before you entered the building.
Yes. Yeah, me and Garrett got there fairly shortly after Raina texted Mr. Blackwell.
Nice transition, bro.
I know that I can't justify what I said and what I did.
No, you can't. There's nothing you could say that would make that make sense. And you see that she kind of wipes both of her eyes again. The fact that you think I could have been swayed? The fact that you think that there was even a chance in hell that I would have been convinced of that. Is that really what you think of me?
I thought that we could create a world where we didn't have to hide.
And you thought the easiest way to do that was to trample millions of people. Hundreds of millions of people. I have spent so long trying to not only convince myself, but to convince other people around me that the things that I am capable of does not mean that I am okay with wanton death. And it doesn't work. It doesn't. Because then things like this happen, and people seem to think that that's okay, and it's not. And you watch as the grass around her feet starts to die, and the leaves that fall from the tree start to rot before they hit the ground. And it's not okay, and it's not right, because that's not who I am. And I had hoped that maybe I had convinced someone that that wasn't it. But then I heard you say those things. I get that we're not, I don't know what we are. We're not a thing. I mean, I don't know. And I can't know because I've never had a thing to have. I don't know. But I had so much trust in you that I thought maybe there was a thing. Which was a first for me. And what am I supposed to think now?
I don't know.
That makes two of us. Do you really believe those things?
I don't know.
Why not? I want to understand. Because people don't just believe those things quickly. It's not something that's just that someone walks in and tells you, hey, I'm going to execute millions of people. Do you want to join me? That's not how that works. And I know that. So why?
I wanted Elias to be right. I couldn't imagine a world where he was a bad person.
I know. And I wish he wasn't. Because I think I know that you spent so much time at the church. I know for a fact you looked up to him. And I mean, I'd seen him a couple times, but Unfortunately, I don't think he was a good person. But the fact that he led you astray for so long, was there not a part of you that heard what he had said and thought that this wasn't right?
I don't know.
Take it from someone who has so much control over death. We don't get to choose. We don't. We are not judge. We are not jury. We are not the executioners unless we have to be. And to think that we are makes you more wrong than Elias ever had been. We don't get to make those choices for people who had no idea. We don't. Because if that's the case, what is the difference between us and a murderer? What is the difference? Because I'm sure they believe they are the judge.
I don't know. I thought I knew what it meant to be good. To be loving.
I think you start to see that rot fade as she stands up and kind of slowly grabs both of your hands. I had my suspicions, so I want to ask, why do you wear these gloves?
The misuse of my powers. I guess.
She takes some. Oh, my fucking throat. I gotta clear my throat without making too much noise. Goddamn. She takes a moment and reaches for one of your hands and starts to pull the glove off.
Elijah kind of half pulls his hand away. Before he gives it back over to Rosa.
She pulls the glove off and sets it aside and just kind of feels across the scarring on your hands. And I think you see a new emotion on her that isn't directed at you. I think for the first time you see a want for violence. Who did this? Who said that what you want to do is misuse? Because I'm going to show them misuse. What you have is a part of you. No one gets to fucking say what's misuse.
I've hurt people. Good people. With my abilities.
She lets go of your hand and sort of pulls you along to one side of the backyard. And you see several small headstones, each with names of what appears to be a pet. I have two. It's easy. I'm sure with yours it's a bit harder, but it's so easy to take. I think we went through 4 dogs before we decided that maybe pets wasn't a good idea. At least until I had a better understanding. And it made me sad. It made my whole family sad. To have to bury 4 of our dogs because I was around. But do you want to know what I have never been told in my entire life? I have never been told that it was a misuse, that it was wrong. Because it's not. There is a difference between an accident and a choice. And they know that. Yes, what I can do is frightening, because I haven't seen the extent of what I'm capable of. This, what I am able to do now, is just the beginning. I have heard so much worse from Blackwell. I have heard of people like me who can kill someone by looking at them. But an accident is not misuse, Elijah. It is an accident. That's why I'm here. That's why most of us are probably here, to prevent accidents. But to punish yourself or to punish someone else for something that you know was an accident is not okay. It's not. And if you want to make it up to me, you can say what you want. That's fine. But the first thing I want you to do is accept the fact that you did not do something wrong. You are learning, you are growing, just the same as me, just the same as everyone else. And not to hold yourself accountable like you have to be perfect. Because if that is what you want, then I'm not going to be there to watch you do it to yourself. I don't know who convinced you of this, or why, but they are wrong. And it shows, because you don't even know why you did what you did. You don't even know why what you wanted to do was not right out of the gate. And that is more frightening than anything I could ever possibly imagine. So, I took off one of those gloves. I'm not going to do the other one.
Elijah looks at both of his hands, a gloved one and one that is bare. And despite the ugliness and the scarring of one, the other one has been bloody with misdeeds. Despite its plain white and clean appearance. Elijah takes the glove off. And he kind of presses it into his hand. And when he lets go, just ash kind of falls out of his palm.
I think this time you watch her fully begin to cry. As she sort of takes the other one that she kind of set down, holds it between both of her hands, and lets go. And while it isn't ash, it is what remains of what would have happened to this glove in 100,000 years from now. Returned to dust, reduced to nothing more than what it once was. As she sort of lets it blow from her hands and grabs you and pulls you into one of the tightest hugs you have ever felt. And does not move.
Elijah is a bit apprehensive to go for a hug, even though Rosa has already started it. just thinks about what he's done. And, he doesn't deserve what's happening right now. This kindness in the face of a mistake. And he starts to hug her back.
You hear her sort of mumble under her breath. As she kind of squeezes you a little bit more before she lets go. If you didn't hug me back, I was going to kill you. I just want you to know that.
Damn.
Because you're not leaving here without one.
Reasonable response.
I think I can accept that.
And she sort of smiles a little bit as you once again hear that sliding door slam open. I have made you all a gazpacho.
Hell yeah, Mama Baroni!
I have made you all a gazpacho. Stop crying. And you feel her like dig.
Stop crying!
You feel Rosa sort of dig her nails into your hands. I'm gonna kill her. I'm good.
You
I'm
can't
good.
kill Mama Baroni. She's already tried multiple times. And nothing works.
She's actually 53, but looks 100.
Oh my god.
But she sort of gives you a smile, and I think you see the.
Yeah, she's got biokinesis, and she's actually like 120.
But I think for the first time, you see a truly warm expression on Rose's face. Do you want to go have some of my grandma's fucking soup?
Gazpacho.
Gazpacho.
I don't think I've ever had that before.
Oh, good lord, you have never lived. Come on.
Oh, does she not know?
And she pulls you into the house. And I think it is... the first time that Elijah has sat at a dinner table with people around him who seem to shower him with kindness. You find that every single time your bowl is almost empty, Mama Baroni comes over and puts another ladle full and kind of squeezes your arm and tells you that you're skin and bones, and sits back down, and Rosa just kind of sits there and watches you eat. And I think whether or not Elijah would remember the quality of Mama Baroni's cooking, I think it is the first time that you have had a meal that genuinely tastes good.
Scrumptious.
That tastes like it was made with love.
This tastes different. You put love in this.
No, I immediately hate.
I made it with violence.
It was just like the grape jelly thing I was
Yeah,
talking earlier.
yeah. As she...
Oh my god, I saw that post.
I don't know how much you would eat.
All of it.
Whether you would eat everything she gave you out of almost fear, or if you would eat until you were full, and then call it there. But when you are done, Mama Baroni takes your bowl, takes your silverware, and puts it into the kitchen, and sort of whacks you on the back of your head with her cane, and just kind of, as she walks by, you have said the words. Now, it is time to make it real.
Alright.
And she starts to make her climb up the stairs. As Oh no! As Rosa kind of stands up, kind of looks around the kitchen, makes sure everything's taken care of, and puts on her shoes. I'm sure Dante has been waiting for a while. You ready to go back?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Then she kind of makes her way to the door and waits for you to come out with her.
Elijah kind of takes a look around the house again with all the pictures on the walls and the kind of knickknacks that you can tell have, you know, kind of wear and tear from, you know, being handled and, you know, played with by a child that was like, oh, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
And then he turns and falls behind Rosa.
And I think you kind of get out, and at this point, Dante is like sitting on the front steps of the house, playing something on his phone. As he hears the door shut behind him, he kind of turns around, and I think you see that he is ready for anger, but sees that Rosa's with you, and just kind of gives you a nice smile. And the three of you all make your way back to the tram and make your way on the line back to Ikea. As the Sunday closes, you all awake the next morning to a collection of news. Blackwell comes and alerts all of you that overnight each of your homes was burned to the ground.
Oh my god!
As he lets you know, I think without any effort required, that each of the fires was started by what was determined to be an electrical fire.
Ooh. Bro, Dennis needs to calm the fuck down.
And Elijah, he hands you a note. And it simply reads, "Your hands are wet with sin, and I will be the one to wash them clean." And that is it.
What about Elijah's parents?
I would say that there is no bodies found in your house, Elijah. Just the house burned to the ground. So you are left to assume that your parents either found some place to stay or were taken into protective custody by Blackwell. But you are left with this note that reeks of smoke. And more importantly, you see has teardrops on it. And with no role necessary, you know exactly who wrote this note. And you know that today is not over. That the fight is not over. And around that same time, each of you receives a text from an anonymous number. The Newcrest Lighthouse. 6 o'clock tonight.
Ooh.
And that is where we will end our session.